For 5 weeks, you're gonna fly against the best fighter pilots in the world. You were number 2, Cougar was number 1. Cougar lost it, turned in his wings. You guys are number 1. But you remember one thing. You screw up just this much, you'll be flying a cargo plane full of rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong. Yes, sir!
Okay, guys, we're ready for the weekend. Thanks for watching the weekend update. As we started off this theme, we're going with something that popped up this week, but it pops up all the time. It's something that I've talked about throughout the summer, and that is escrow fallout. Escrow fallout is usually happening because we have a disconnect between the lender, the client, maybe the underwriter. I mean, frankly, these things are going this way when they should be congruent. And that is the case with a file that we just got a hold of this week, where there was some challenges that were inherent to a property and inspection. These are things that maybe not even every lender can control, but it is something that a lender has to solve for. In addition to those things, you take one thing and you go, okay, well, this got crossed up. But there were other parts of the approval and the expectations of the borrowers that frankly just didn't pass the smell test. I mean, here are ways we can prevent this. And this goes for buyer's agents. You need to make sure that the lender for the client is your trusted preferred lender. Most people don't know what they don't know. And if they go to their local bank or their local credit union or their uncle's lender or so on and so forth, that's not someone that you know has performed admirably, for lack of a better term, in the past. So don't use the smell test. Why? Because frankly, for listing agents, you can't expect what you don't inspect. And don't use the smell test here either. There's nothing wrong with asking a buyer or a series of buyers to cross qualify with your trusted lender. All that's really going to do is potentially save a potential buyer from the heartache of getting their offer accepted and not having the ability to close. So this week, I'm really giving a shout out to agent partners that bring our team in, have an understanding of how we work in our process and our delivery to help prevent utter disaster for their clients. It would have been a really bad deal if this military family was not able to close on their home loan because of a lender that couldn't perform. Next, I want to talk about something that I brought up last week too, and that is new loan limits. We're going to have all those details on the client dashboard. This is the conforming amount. We know it's going to be $819,000, or at least we're 99.9% sure, and we're able to write loans and underwrite loans at the new loan levels. And then last week I talked about this. Go back and watch the video from last week if you want a little bit more details on higher cost counties and the projections for those counties. So don't go for the smell test. You can't expect what you don't inspect, and just really protect your buyers to make sure you're not upside down towards the end of an escrow. Let's go to the split screen. And I've got our top stories here. Here is this week's Truth or Trash. Now, again, you guys are always going to get links to Rate Watch plus the market summary. So you know what's happening and why in the market. Things running a little bit differently when we've got a government shutdown afoot. But this isn't different. This is the Truth or Trash headline. Fannie Mae predicts major mortgage rate changes coming soon. And if you scroll down, and I mentioned this last week as well, Fannie Mae, and here it is. Mortgage rates are forecasted in 2025 and 2026 at 6.4 and 5.9% respectively. So that's the Fannie Mae forecast, is that we're going to end this year at 6.4%. We're just under that now. Rates have ticked up a little bit since the Fed announcement, and 5.9% a whole year from now. It's one reason that in this week's update, I'm giving you a cost of waiting analysis when, as I mentioned last week, we've got 500,000 more properties on the market than we have active buyers in the market. That's a time where you're going to get yourself some incentives, and you could take the average rate of the low sixes today and get that rate with seller incentives into the high fives, which is a better interest rate than waiting 1 year, plus all your rent payments, plus your lack of appreciation, plus the fact that if there's more competition in the market, you won't get the seller incentives. And this time next year, even if rates have gone down, your rate could be higher. Now, we talk about how everything has, what goes up must come down. Everything has a reaction and a reaction. We're seeing weakness in the labor market. That is going to bring labor costs down. That should help with inflation. But we have seen more job cuts this year than any time since 2020. Top story in the links: home prices. I touched on this a little bit last week. Case Shiller. Prices remain at near all-time highs, but appreciation growth is slower than it's been in years. So again, another opportunity or dinner bell for those that want to get into home ownership or buy up their next home before prices go maybe a little bit higher, a little bit faster. Now is a great time. This story is shareable and it's in the links below. Mortgage activity, mortgage applications did drop last week, but it was still the third best week in 3 years. So like I said, most of these applications were for refinances. We're using that as an opportunity to catch up with clients and talk about whether their current home meets their needs, or if it'd be better to sell their home now, take a tax advantage, and then purchase a new home. But mortgage applications down a little bit, but still up considerably year over year. And then finally, guys, the weekend update dashboard. Do not forget, if you haven't done it already, save this to your bookmarks, save an icon to your home screen on your phone, share this with your coworkers, friends, and listen, we've got a brand new client dashboard. I've shared that before. You're more than welcome to share that. If you share this information, I mean, this is information I'm giving to you for you and your clients. So make sure to save the dashboard. And then if you are not liked and subscribed to the Lending Perspective YouTube channel, please make sure to do that. If you want to do the audio only and you're just cruising around, you don't want to see me, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, and you'll get the weekend update audio only version. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Weekend up. It's time. I'm here. If you need anything, call, text, or email me all throughout the weekend. See ya.